Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Happy Friday. Yeah, we made it through another week, and boy, oh boy, it took a lot to make it through this week, didn't it? Well, today we had a little bit of a bounce back higher, a little reversal to the upside with SPY closing at 659.03. And why did the market rally back up? Well, because you know why? The market still hasn't really made up its mind. We had on sort of a not normal size candle day. It was definitely a bigger ranged day than we typically see, but we had a huge amount of volume on an up day with a smaller candle than, some of these big red day candle volumes, which we see all the time. So there's a lot of fighting between the buyers and the sellers trying to figure out direction. That's also indicated in the VIX. Even though the VIX was down $2.91 today, it's still sitting at 23.51, which is on the high side, right? We saw Nvidia actually end up down today while the market ended up today, which is really sort of a bit of a rarity, but we saw some of those other stocks like Apple and actually Amazon made quite a bit of a comeback today as well. They've been really kind of kicked in the pants over the last week and a half here pretty good, but they were not about to break that 200-day moving average. Not about to at all. Let's talk about next week. So next week, there's a lot to talk about for next week. First and foremost, those of you who are Americans or are in America, you know that this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving. And that means we get the day off. It also means Friday's a half day, right? So there's going to be a lot of theta leaking out of options. Any option selling has to either have been done already or probably done early in the week or maybe Friday before the close because all the weekend volatility and everything will be out by then. So it's a little bit of a different sort of trading paradigm next week. Also, we got a crap ton of numbers coming out. We have PPI coming out. We have ADP unemployment coming out. Now, PPI, that's going to be a September number. At least that's what tradingeconomics.com is telling me. ADP being a private company, that'll be a more current number, but they only really represent about 10% of the workforce, so it's not quite as reliable. We have retail sales, some housing data, and that's all just by the end of Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have durable goods and initial jobless claims coming out a day earlier because we're closed on Thursday. What else? Beige Book coming out on Wednesday, which is a regular release that would normally come out on Wednesday, not delayed data. And then finally on Friday, we got nothing on Friday. So we've had a great deal of volatility this week, the last 2 weeks really. And next week, even though it's a short week, there's a pretty good chance for some good volatility follow through next week as well. But that's okay because we are option traders. And you know what? Volatility is an opportunity. Have a great weekend. Rest up. I'll see you Monday. Trade smart.